All right, folks, I thought I might show a little toy hobby of mine. I don't know if anyone knows, but I have a huge collection of Z31 toys from back in the 80s. What I like to do as far as my toy collection is source the toys in their original packaging. I prefer buying them new in box, which is most toy collectors prefer the NIB new in box. So today's conversation or video is going to be showcasing this RadioShack off-road Z car toy from back in the day. With any remote control car from back in the 80s, if people didn't take care of them in the sense of removing batteries, often what happened is they get corroded over time, and then the corrosion transfers all the way to the motor of the car, and it just makes it not operable. The few of these that I've had, I got one to work. It went no faster than 2 or 3 miles an hour. So what I wanted to do is find a solution to make it work and have fun with it and enjoy it with my kids. So we'll start with packaging and show you what it looks like from back in the 80s. So here's an original one from back in the 80s. The price tag showed $49.95 from back in the day. And if you pop the top off here, a lot of styrofoam back in the 80s and 90s. Little lid there. Here's the original owner's manual, 1/16 scale. Talks about the usage, how to charge it, how to plug it in. These back in the use simple RF technology, which used these old style antennas. I'm not going to pull it out of the box, but what you can see is the suspension, which is a coilless spring. They came with a front brush guard, but this is how you got them back in the day. I believe right here you would have your initial batteries. They're just AA batteries you put in there. So this is how they came back in the day. So put the lid back on there. So as I mentioned before, they suffer a lot of battery damage, so it becomes inoperable. So what I wanted to do was find a solution to take an Amazon or a cheap RC car that you can find today. So this Amazon item was about $60. Again, 1/16 scale. I confirmed it with the measurements of the wheels because on the Amazon listing they had the measurements, and I confirmed by measuring it. So this is the original body. You can tell that the new RC cars has the 4-pin setup, so you put the hood pin, cotter pins in there. So that's what I was looking for. It has a newer style controls, whereas the original 80s and 90s, they had the old style. And my goal was to transfer the body. So I bought these off of eBay for about $15, $20 each. And what I did, if you come over here and look, you can totally separate these cars by removing the screws from the body. And I had done that already, so we're just gonna slowly pull it apart. And the antenna comes out carefully. And essentially what I did is to take the car, the RC car from the new Amazon package, you want to utilize the secondary layer, which I provided. I fixated some additional plastic so I could put those pins in the car, and you basically leave this attached and you're able to put the body onto the newer car. So that's what it looks like. And this is the old car. And if we flip this over, you can see where I fixated some, a lot of zip ties here, but it's all under the car. But you can see where I added some plastic. You can see that original frame in there, and the car is essentially firmly attached, but the suspension still works on the newer setup. So let's take it for a quick spin, show you how these can be fun and enjoyed even today. So if we walk it around, and so here we go. So here's the controls, motor controllers, reverse, forward, right, left. This is a cheap one, right? So there it goes. So it does really well on pavement, of course, but let's walk it over to the grass and watch it have fun on the grass. I don't think the original ones performed this well because they had a really bad primitive motor, but this one's actual all-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, or what have you. The original ones were just rear-wheel drive, but it definitely handles well off-road, and if you go too fast it actually rolls over because now it's considered top heavy, but you can see the suspension working, and it works. So fun little hobby I like to do, especially when it's cost effective. But if you find these on eBay, these yellow bodies, buy a used one for $25 at most, and then buy the 1/16 all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive RC car off Amazon for, again, $60–70, and you can modernize it and make it have fun. So there it is, it tipped. But I like having the fun with my RC cars, make sure they work. But when I do find a new box one, I like to keep it in the box, not destroy it. But if you find an old wrecked one, you can certainly transfer the body over and have fun with it. So that's all I got for you today.